Hello miners, Munchmo here, and welcome back to another weekly Snapshot video. This week we've got 12W18A. Kind of funny, wasn't last week 17A? It increments every week. Anyway, so this week they have done some really interesting things. First thing I want to show you here is, if you look, we go into single player, survival mode cheats. We open it up and look at this. Logging in. What's that about? Well, they have now merged server and client. So I'm not sure exactly what they're doing, but it means that what's going to end up happening is the bugs and stuff that existed in survival multiplayer are going to continue to exist now in single player. But hopefully they'll work a lot of those bugs out. And actually, part of what's going on here is fixing those bugs. That's why they're doing it, because they want to be able to give more priority to these things. And if they only have one, mode of gameplay to work on, that will actually help. So unfortunately, they've also introduced some bugs to this as well. Let me show you here. Well, actually, I can't really show you the bugs, but the survival or the options for cheats no longer work. And that whole, chest thing doesn't work either. But what I'm going to do here is we're going to go ahead and dig a little bit of a cobblestone, because we can. If I can get enough cobblestone here. Unfortunately, I was hoping to kind of, cheat my way through and just give myself the stuff that I want, but it doesn't work, so no luck. So here, let me just get enough cobblestone to create a furnace. One of the biggest and most interesting things that they, here we go, changed is that these new wooden, or the wooden tools, can now be used in a furnace. So I take this, now that I've got all the cobblestone I need in, but joing, hey, it burns! Isn't that awesome? So that's one of the coolest things that they've added. They did implement a whole lot of new bugs, including obviously what I already showed you, some other stuff too. They fixed a couple bugs, obviously, like supposedly chunk loading is now a lot faster. I don't have a server to connect to check it out, but I did notice some definitely different chunk loading behavior when I first signed into the game. I'm going to see if I can't find that or make that happen as I'm running through the world here. Enchanting kind of is broken. It doesn't show the enchants on the weapons and tools anymore, but yet, see, still got some chunk loading stuff going on there. I don't know. Maybe it's because the chunks are generating. Not really sure. But enchanting works, but it doesn't actually show the enchants on weapons and stuff anymore. Doors don't make sounds, other stuff. They did introduce the option to recommend texture packs and be able to download them directly to the client for servers. That's pretty cool. Don't really see much of a difference of chunk loading behavior here, though. Still pretty much doing the same thing it's always done. They've made changes to the server list. I'm going to go ahead and go here, and I'm just going to add a server, blah, and then I'm going to add another server and then we can actually take these servers and reorder them. Look at that. So you can always have your favorite servers up top instead of just the most preferred one. It doesn't work in the worlds here. It's not letting me move these around, but that's okay. Let's see, what other changes did they introduce? Obviously, oops, wrong button. Obviously, the fact that you always spawn in survival mode, even when you are trying to play in creative mode or create a new creative mode world or cheats and all that in single player. They've implemented the ability to I'm going to create a new world real quick that's creative. Let's see if that actually gets me into creative. They implemented a hardcore server. Um, Not sure exactly how it works. I've heard that it not only, oh, yep, always survival mode. And so there's nothing I can do about that. They've created it so that it bans the player and deletes the world if anyone dies. I'm not sure. I'm guessing they're probably still working on that. Um, they've changed F3 mode a little bit here. They've added a couple of new things here. As you can see, we've got WS, FS, and G. G represents when you're on the ground. WS is your walking speed, and FS is your flying speed. So it can tell you how fast you're walking or flying or whatnot. Crap, let me go back to my world here. Because they've actually given jungle leaves a rare chance to drop cocoa beans. So let's go check that out and see if we can find any cocoa beans from the tree that I cut down a little bit. Oh, cocoa beans, anyone? So now you can actually get cocoa beans from the world instead of just randomly from chests, which makes cookies a lot easier to produce, even though I still have never, ever made a cookie in the game since the first day I started playing. I don't even know what the recipe is. Yeah, it's a rare chance to get these cocoa beans, so obviously I'm just not very lucky, it would seem. So far I've torn down a few trees and stuff, and not seen one yet, but I've definitely gotten some saplings. It seems that maybe they've increased the sapling drop rate for jungle trees too, as it used to be horribly low, and you cut down an entire tree and never see a single sapling or something. So hopefully they've increased that. Yeah, the rare drop rate here is probably going to be changed or modified at some point to increase it. I don't know. Or maybe they want to make it just as rare as apples or even rarer. Still saplings and no cocoa beans. That is unfortunate. They've supposedly made changes to Silk Touch, or more fixes to Silk Touch, as well as fixes to the pick block behavior in creative mode, which obviously we can't test because we can't even get into creative mode. Yeah, they've fixed a whole bunch of other bugs relating to tooltips for the new wooden planks and showing the kind of wood, and the sliders, supposedly the sound and music sliders, yep, they've got their percentages back now, so that's great. And also fixed a bunch of other sound issues with multiplayer and them not working right. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this one. Supposedly this Snapshot is even more risky to use, so obviously if you're going to give it a try, make sure to back up anything that you do, as always. Okay, good, they still hurt. I thought I ran into it and it didn't do anything, and that would just been, wrong. But yeah, is there anything I missed, guys? Feel free to leave me a comment below, telling me any other changes or bugs that I missed in here. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.